month I went through my entire makeup collection and I cleaned out some makeup, organized some makeup, and I actually did a video, my worst products of 2021. So if you want to check that out, I will link that for you above and at the end of the video. But I also grabbed out some products, and I'm titling this my rediscoveries of 2021. These are products that I had bought that I haven't used in a while that I remember loving. And it's just the name of the game with makeup. Sometimes things get pushed to the back of your makeup drawers. I was going to say closet, but that's not right. So we're going to be playing with this whole face of makeup and just rediscovering some loved products. Also, if you see seeds in my teeth, please forgive me. 2022, I am trying. This is blueberry, strawberry, blackberries, milk, banana, collagen peptides, and a little bit of stevia. I'm halfway through. By the end of this video, my goal is to be completely finished. So, sometimes I like it. Sometimes the texture hits me at the right spot and it kind of makes me want to gag. But I think next time I'm going to try strawberries and banana and a little bit of vanilla yogurt. We're experimenting, we're trying. I finally, what is it called, bit the bullet and bought me like a little mini blender. I'm trying to make milkshakes for the boys. They didn't care for the one the other day, but I think next time I'll add some maple syrup to theirs to make it a little bit sweet. Maybe they'll be a little bit more interested. Alright, so let's see. Do I have anything for brows? Oh, I'm not seeing anything for brows. Hold on, I'll find something. Okay, for brows, this is a product I actually did enjoy. This is the Brow Extensions Fiber Pomade Crayon from Maybelline in the shade Blonde. I like that it has fibers because I do have some of these sparser areas that need a little something to look full. So I'm just going to grab my spoolie here, run these up. So speaking of, like, I'm not saying that I'm making, I know I just jumped everywhere, sorry. I'm not really making like New Year's resolutions or anything. I'm just trying to insert healthier habits where I can. Like just now when I made this smoothie, I was a little bit hungry and I thought, oh, you know, I really could finish off the Hershey nuggets that are sitting in my cabinet. But instead I was like, oh, I just broke this hardcore, oh man. But instead I was like, let's make a smoothie. Why not? I have the ingredients, I have the machine now, and I'm proud of myself that I chose the healthier option. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not making New Year's resolutions. I'm not dieting. I'm editing the way that I eat. Diet rearranged is edit. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Like for breakfast, I try to eat a turkey sausage sandwich and a banana. I do have my Pepsi. Must have my Pepsi. If I have coffee, I put a little bit of vanilla protein shake in it, and I have collagen peptide creamer. So if I have a smoothie, I have collagen peptide, the mix, and if I have a coffee, I have collagen peptide, because the creamer peptide is vanilla, and that's got quite a strong actual taste to it. So the serving size is 2 scoops, but I always end up only doing 1 scoop in each, just because by the end of the day I end up having the full 2 scoops between my coffee and my smoothie. So this is my goal, is to have an afternoon smoothie, and then here in a little bit I'll go eat lunch, probably like 1, and I've got salmon and rice and avocado. If I want something this week, I'm making like a spinach ravioli that I can have throughout the week. Like I said, I'm not dieting, I'm just editing and trying to make smarter choices. Now that's not to say at the end of the day I don't sit down and eat some Cheetos, because that kind of is like my, especially when Josh isn't here, like sitting down, turning my show on, eating some Cheetos and drinking some sweet tea. There's nothing like it at the end of a long hard day. Where I went on this tangent was, let me know down below if you have any good smoothie recipes. I'd be very interested. I do like sweet. I am trying to add spinach. Sometimes I have an issue with the texture if they don't blend up well enough, but so far this blender is doing fine blending up the spinach, especially when I put it like at the very top when I go to blend, so it's right there on the blades. It does pretty well. Back on the brows, I really do like this product. The only issue is I don't like how thick it is, but again, I did just horridly break mine. But it's a crayon, so it is thicker. That's probably the only reason I don't use it very much, because I love to use the Flower Beauty Brow Fiber Fix Brow Gel. So clearly I like products with fiber in them to give me a little something extra. But like, it's just a little too thick, which is probably the reason, again, I don't use it as often as I used to. All right, let's move into eyes. I don't have any Rediscovered eyeshadow primer. I'm pretty much the same thing at all times. So today we're just going to use the Profusion Cosmetics No Budge eyeshadow primer. We'll let that dry down just a smidge. And then for an eyeshadow palette, I don't think I bought this in 2021, but I rediscovered it when I was cleaning. This is the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. I remember being so hyped when I got this. Oh, let me move the mirror. Because I remember seeing Alexis Jada using this, and I was obsessed. Like, oh, that's the blue I wanted from yesterday. I did a blue eyeshadow look the other day, and this would have been perfect. But like, look at this color. What color is this? Cactus. Oh my gosh, that beautiful greeny gold brown shift. That to me screams Raw Beauty Kristi all over it. That seems like a shade she would go nuts for. And also, it does have a highlight palette, which is over here, which I kind of intermingle these as eyeshadows as well. Like Serenity, I could do as a highlight, maybe a little bit of Mirage, but when you get down here to Utopia and Hideaway, they're a little too dark, so I just use those for eyeshadows. If I remember correctly, the reason that I didn't continuously use this is because I didn't like the blend of the mattes. This has been a really long time since I've used this palette. I don't remember if in the original video, if I used eyeshadow primer or if I used concealer. So that might make the difference. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to start, where are you? And I'm going to take some of this shade Canyon and just place it all, and place it all over the lid. Then I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with some of this shade Sandstone right above Canyon and kind of blend that out. And then going right above Sandstone, I'm going to take some of this shade Sand and just blend out up into my brow. What color? Oh, I'm torn. I want Heat Wave or Cactus. Oh, Heat Wave kind of goes. Okay, let's do Heat Wave. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of Milani. No, I don't even know where that came from. A little bit of Maybelline and carve out my eye. And I'm going to do a little bit of Heat Wave and then a little bit of Mineral. So this is what we're going to go in with. So let's take some Heat Wave, place it out here. Okay, and on the inside we're going to go in with Mineral. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of the shade Nightscape, a very dark brown, and just kind of pack it into the outer corner. Ooh, a lot of fallout, but very pigmented. I think I do remember having some issues with this dark brown. Ooh! Having some issues with this dark brown Nightscape not really being as pigmented and blending out a little patchy. So that is tracking. However, the glitters look pretty. It almost needs something like in the middle of those two. They look almost too contrasted. Let's go in with a little bit of Hideaway and put like right there we go. I need a little more gradient between those two colors. There we go. That's better. Okay, so the glitters, or excuse me, the shimmers are very nice, very pigmented. The Dune, Sandscape, Canyon did well. These are a little close in shade for me, even though this is a little bit darker, a little bit cool. Okay, I guess this one is a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler. Definitely the shade Nightscape is kind of a flop, but other than that, yeah, really nice. I will be keeping that, especially just for that shade Cactus. It's like, oh, beautiful. Okay, do I have mascara or a liner? All right, so let's go in. Actually, I want to put on these lashes. I'm trying these out. These are not a rediscover. These are actually new. These are the Trio lashes. I believe these are from Kiss. I wore them yesterday and I love them. So I'm just going to throw those on and I'll be right back. Okay, got those on. You would think they take longer than a traditional lash because you're doing pieces, but for me it actually goes faster because I can just place them right on the lash line. I don't have to fuss with a long band, and I can get them like right where I want them. So they're not completely finished just yet. I'm gonna let them finish drying and then I'll go in and spoolie them and mascara and all that. But I have really been enjoying using these little lash trios instead of full lashes. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We do have a primer. I don't have any mascaras. Like I said, we'll do mascara in a minute. I want to give these a second to kind of fully dry down before I start messing with them. For primer, do y'all remember? Actually, I want to use the combo. I haven't used this in a while either. The Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. Great dupe. I would almost call it an alternative because it isn't the exact same thing. This is almost more of a dupe to the Tatcha Putty Primer. This isn't a dupe for the e.l.f. I feel that the e.l.f. one is a little bit more dry. This is definitely a little bit more creamy, smooth of a texture, which again I think more accurately dupes the Tatcha. So we're going to apply this to our pores. Oops, I got it under my nail. Very creamy. Much more, in my opinion, easy to move around than the e.l.f. Putty Poreless Primer, the original. I just wasn't a fan of that one. I actually ended up decluttering it. Then, in combination with that, I love to use the, shake her up, Revlon Glass Liquid Skin Illuminating Skin Primer. So it is, okay, you want to make sure you get it all mixed up because there's like these little pearlized pigment in there, which is what gives it the illuminating effect. So just really give it a good little swirl and grab some in the dropper and place that onto the skin. And it really does. Okay, first of all, it smells like Jolly Ranchers, which is fabo. And then you just kind of place that on. It is a little liquidy. You're going to want to let it dry. And it gives you this really pretty luminous effect. Oh. Okay, so for face, this is a little bit of a YouTuber throwback. We're going to have two pieces here I want to reuse. First is the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream. This is number 13. I actually seen this at Target. No, I don't have a Target. I seen this at TJ Maxx the last time I was there. So that was kind of exciting. I get mine off Amazon. This is because of Jessica Braun. Then because of Emily Noel, we are going to attempt to apply it on one side. Do you remember how she I don't know if she uses it as much recently, but the RT Go brush, which has this side as well as the side for concealer, we're going to be using this today. So let's go ahead, put a little bit of Missha on, and blend this out. This is the RT Go multitask face brush. I can see brush marks, so I'm not loving that. One brush that I want to mention, this is actually new. This is the e.l.f. Medium Oval Complexion Brush. I used this the other day, and I tell you what, it looked great. I didn't notice any, like even right now, it's getting rid of the brush marks from the other brush. I did not notice any brush marks in the foundation when I was finished, and I really like that you can bring this down the neck. Make sure that is very nice and I don't know what it is. Something about this just blends your foundation so nicely. So for me, this is not going to be a brush I use very often for foundation. Maybe contour bronzer or bronzer blush, something like that. More powdery-esque. I don't think that this per se is going to be for liquid products for me. Okay, so let's finish. Oh, that just gives you such a smooth, nice finish. This is a really nice brush. I would encourage you to check it out. Okay, probably the only place I don't love the brush is right on my nose. I think it's just too big to really get it in there. But other than that, I think it looks so nice. I know, I'm so sorry about my nose. I got these horrible dry patches on my nose that just grab product and cling to it. But I mean, this just looks so nice, even between my eyebrows. I really like this brush. I might end up picking up the smaller one for concealer. Something has a fragrance. It's this, I remember now. It's like a little bit strong. But anyways, going back to the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream, I really do like this, the number 13, specifically for someone pale like me. There's something about the undertone that just works. I don't know if it's because it's neutral or what. It doesn't lean peachy, it doesn't lean yellow, it doesn't even lean pink. It just does a really nice job of covering and not, I guess maybe it is neutral would be the undertone we're looking for here. But I really like this product. It's really nice. All right, moving into concealer. This is not a 2021 discovery. I remember using this back when I first started doing makeup, but it isn't something that I used a lot last year, so we're going to use it. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer, and this is in the shade Fairest. I remember being so excited about this because this was one of the first drugstore concealers I could find that had a shade light enough for me to actually conceal with. A lot of times when I first started looking for concealers, the shade fair or light or even porcelain would be not light enough or would be too yellowy or too peachy. And this was one of the first times I actually found something that could work for me. So let's pop some here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to spritz my sponge just a little bit and blend this in. Like I said, it was a big deal for me to find a concealer that, number one, was drugstore price, and number two, was actually light enough for me. Like, that didn't exist. When I first started, there was no Cool Ivory or 095 in the Maybelline. Like, there wasn't these extremely pale shades. And I would totally suspect, because obviously I didn't look for these shades, but I would suspect that, you know, there wasn't the shades for the darker skin tones either. So makeup has come a long way. It's not all the way there by any means. We definitely could be more inclusive with shades and undertones for sure, especially the olivey, oh my gosh, especially the olive undertones. It seems like, especially in drugstore makeup, they are not really catered to, and I think that is a shame that we don't have that availability or accessibility for people in drugstore makeup in this day and age. And voila, I actually have a brightened and concealed under eye. I forgot how good that was. So moving into powder, this is another YouTuber recommendation from Jessica Braun. The number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder in the shade Light. So we're going to put some of this on the under eyes. Do you see that some of that purple came back? Like it took away some of the coverage when I applied this powder? Yeah, it almost took away some of the coverage that I had right there. Well, that's no good. I remember her talking about this because it was such a finely milled powder, a good finishing powder. I think it was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury too, is what she said, which was probably the reason I bought it, because Mama don't roll on a Charlotte Tilbury budget. Okay, I think that looks nice all over the face. I don't think it looks the best under my eyes, and my nose is an absolute disaster. Like, it's even, I'm looking a little rough down in here and on my chin. My skin is just so dry. Let's go in with some Make It Last. Let's put a little moisture back into the skin. Okay, so this bronzer, I feel like I used it for a hot minute and then I just kind of put it away. But we have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronzer. And this is for face and body, which is why it's so big. And this is in 01 Light Clear. Again, I think this was like a Jessica Braun recommendation, or, oh, her name just flew right out of my mind. I'll put it up on the screen. I see her face clearly, but her name is not coming to me. This is a really nice bronzer, and if you like it, it is going to last you your whole life. Unless you're really, like, applying bronzer to your entire body, you're never going to run through this. Beautiful bronzer. It does. It blends very smooth. Just because Just the fact that it is a Lumi bronzer, I think, is why I haven't used it in a while. I do that more so spring and summer, but it is really nice bronzer, really nice tone. Hello, Mackenzie, can you please not forget your hairline? Wonderful bronzer. For blush, this is from AOA Studios, which is I think the parent brand or the main brand of the website Shop Miss A. This is their Lumi Radiant Blush, and this is in Ravish. This is a fantastic blush for winter. It literally looks like in from the cold, sun-kissed or snow-kissed, wind-kissed, that's the word, blush. It is beautiful. Like, you wouldn't think a dollar blush could really provide a lot or perform well, but boy, it does. It's beautiful. Fabulous dollar blush. Like, some products on Shop Miss A are kind of like, but then sometimes you really do hit a winner, and this is one of those. Oh my gosh, look at that. Beautiful in from the cold blush. I mean, you couldn't do better. And especially for $1, it's worth trying some products out to find the gold mines. Oh, I forgot this. I'm not going back in with this. I totally forgot. I did have this Milk Makeup matte bronzer. This is in the shade Blaze. Totally forgot I had this in there. Yeah, I'm not going back in. That's kind of a thick product, and you really got to blend it. So we're going to have to skedaddle over that one. Okay, a highlighter. How do I not have a highlighter? Hold on. I think highlighter is one of the categories that I don't have a lot of extra that I don't regularly use. I pretty much go through what I have, but one that I haven't pulled out is from Revolution, this Patricia Bright Face Palette. This is a really nice palette, by the way. Lots of shades. This is Moonlight Glow. This highlighter is really nice, and I have not used it in a while. So let's go ahead and pop some of this on. Oh, that's bronzer. Beautiful highlight. And these palettes are really nice. I actually do love the bronzer and the blush in this. So, and I do believe they had quite a few shades. So check that out. The Patricia Bright Face Palettes from Makeup Revolution. I just totally forgot we was going to use this for cheeks and whatnot. Okay, does everybody remember when I was obsessed with this? The ColourPop Freckle Pen. Boy, I do. I remember when this came out, I was like, yes, give me the freckles. All right, let's put some freckles on our face today. Why not? So the key to, okay, I think the reason a lot of people didn't care for this one is that it doesn't have a warm undertone to it. This is in the shade Soft Brown. And I think a lot of times freckles have more of that kind of reddish, orangish kind of undertone to it. And this doesn't. This is very cool toned. And you just kind of want to tap over it as you go, so they kind of blend in a little bit more. I really have no rhyme or reason. I just kind of go for it. I love this blush. I love this blush. I think I went a little too big on my nose. Cute little freckle moment. I do. I remember loving this thing. I was like, give me all the freckles. I wanted to try the freckle tint from, it was at the drugstore. Cannot think of the name of it now. But they didn't have the right shade. They only had the super deep shade. So if I ever see that in the, oh my gosh. These lashes, yo. Okay, lips. Absolutely obsessed. One of my first true nude lipsticks. This is from LA Girl, the Matte Flat Velvet Lipstick. This is in the shade Snuggle. Look at that. Lipstick. No lipstick. Tell me that's not like my perfect nude. Oh, beautiful. Now, if you didn't know, this actually does come with its own gloss that you can put over top in the cap. But I wanted to pull out this one. This is from Revlon, the Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in Rose Future. I remember when this first, again, Jessica Braun. Wow, she's really influenced my life. My makeup purchases, at least. This was supposed to be a dupe for something from Fenty. Goes great. This combo is fantastic. Like, these two go so nicely together. We need to finish up our lower lash line. I totally forgot. Okay, let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look. I feel like I look so doughy-eyed and just awake
and pretty. Probably the only issue is right around my mouth, but that's because I just have a lot of dry skin that I'm dealing with from blowing my nose so much right now. I just love it. The only issue is I wish I'd take that lash and place it just a little bit farther over, but it still is good enough. Like, I love it. Even the freckles. I'm even digging the freckles. Like, yes, winner. I love this. So I encourage you to go through your makeup collection. Bring out some oldies but goodies. You just never know how well things are going to work out. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know down below what is a product that you are going to pull back out of your collection and show some love to this year. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. P.S. Look how cute. My little sidekick. Bye-bye.